Hey y'all, what's going on? Hey, I'm gonna do something a little different because I found a bunch of stories that I screenshotted from way back. Some of them was more recent, I don't know, but all of them are interesting and things I apparently decided that we needed to remember. Look at this: a jump in death rates from 2010 to 2017 by 29% has been among people ages 25 to 34. Increases in midlife mortality rates from 2010 to 2017, and if you see, it comes from economically distressed communities saw the biggest increases in deaths, mainly during the Obama era. And why is that? Because they shut down the coal mines, they shut down the steel mills, they shut down all industry, sold out to China, and then imported all kinds of opium. Oh no, going in and taking the poppy fields in Afghanistan so they can make cheap opioid medicines and spread pills around like they was candy and the heroin that flooded the streets. Not to mention guns sent to Mexico so they could support the incoming crystal meth coming in. So suicides from these drug addictions and things like that all occurred during the Bushes, Clintons, Obamas. But we can't start blaming them. We got to blame ourselves for not watching over our children and knowing better, seeing what's coming. We should have known. And they all are immune to it. Eric Holder, Obama, Biden, Bushes. You got to bust them all if you bust one. All right, quiet down. Here we have the Pope. Pope Francis shakes hand of Asian woman at general audience to whom he had apologized for smacking her hand on New Year's Eve. I watched it live. I had the little video, but I probably got rid of it. It's wasting too much space. Anyways, does anyone really trust this Pope Francis? With the little Pope, with Benedict still sitting on the sideline, I imagine. But really, they know what the Flavians did. They know the whole story. Roman Catholics are just creepy. I mean, any group that says they don't believe in baby killing but support baby killers is definitely contradictive, and it's scary. Very scary. And have you seen his little throne he sits on? Got the big snake behind it? I wish I had a picture of that. But anyways, this guy goes smacking women on New Year's Eve and then wants to shake her hand. Is this where coronavirus started? I don't know. I might got a story about that coming up in here. Settle down, settle down. This one's serious. I just stumbled across this. Somebody had been telling me about this Terminator protocol and how it's been upscaled to become a weapon. Okay, what it does is it disrupts DNA, and apparently this fractionation is the part that the military looked into, and the weapon has a certain amount of rods in it, and I think they're putting them on ships, maybe even. But I forgot what guy pointed to me, like what it was all really about. I mean, one of y'all smart people need to look into it a little more. I did, and all I seen that it was able to be upscaled. See, the Terminator device is for cost efficient, high throughput homogenation of plant material and sample preps. Protein and DNA samples can easily be prepared from large numbers of crude material for further analysis as a protein electrophoresis or polymerase chain reaction, followed by DNA electrophoresis. The functioning of the device is based on vibration of 96 stainless steel pegs in wells of a standard 96 well microplate. Using the Terminator, all types of plant tissue, including seeds, can be homogenized in standard microplates in 3 minutes. So yeah, it's the vibration puts out a certain frequency, and that number 96 has something to do with it exactly, but I don't remember what guy was telling me. So if y'all care about what kind of crazy weapons and what frequencies just by vibrating 96 stainless steel pegs in a 96 well microplate could happen, why don't you do it in a 96 well macro plate with 96 stainless steel pegs? It's a DNA disruptor, man. Now we're reasonable thinking people, and if you look at the side of this hill, it doesn't look like a bunch of stuff carved out. And it's just amazing what the wind and rain can do, they say, but actually it looks like some old ancient carved out stuff, probably from the time before. And somebody would be like, yeah, that picture's faked, but I want to show you a fake picture on a real story, but now I can't even believe the story because how fake it is. And we'll come back to this picture here soon because I want to zoom in on a couple of things. This guy, Jacob Larson, needs to be ashamed of himself here on YouTube News. Plans to replace its old helicopters, huh? The Army's looking to replace its aging helicopter fleet with something that, well, maybe is real? Because whatever this guy's showing us is not real. If you ain't see the dude just chilling on the side of this helicopter that's supposedly in the middle of the air, ain't nothing. This here fits right into my belief system. The ancient times, way before anybody could even imagine. The helicopter guy, that was my childhood when I used to use toys, play with them. Believe what you want. That's all I can say. There you go, some more fakeness. That's for all of you seen this from time to time. My. Alright. It's time to get serious now. But anyways, I see that nobody probably this far into it, so I can tell all the little secrets about what's going on for real. Alaska saw the most birds wash up in Prince William Sound to the south of the state. More than 4,600 bird carcasses were found every kilometer, which is 0.62 miles, the study said. The murres likely starved to death because the blob caused more competition for fewer small prey. The warming increased the metabolism of predatory fish like salmon, cod, and meaning they were eating more than usual. These fish eat the same small fish as the murres, and there simply wasn't enough to go around. Or that's where the water from Fukushima washes up to, and it is having some sort of effect on the fish and wildlife, isn't it? As many as 1 million seabirds died at sea in less than 12 months in one of the largest mass die-offs in recorded history, and researchers say warm ocean waters are to blame. The birds, a fish-eating species called the common murre, were severely emaciated and appeared to have died of starvation between the summer of 2015 and the spring of 2016, washing up along North America's west coast from California to Alaska. Now, scientists say they know what caused it. A huge section of warm ocean water in the northeast Pacific Ocean dubbed the blob. Now, what caused this blob? Could it be the leaking of the Fukushima reactors in Japan? Could it have actually had some sort of effect on the environment? Warmed the ocean waters? Oh, that's not what radioactive material does, is it? Or why is there all that steam? How's it all generated? Like, we're not idiots. I don't know why I don't just tell the truth about something for once. Just once. Oh yeah, remember remember crude plummets after OPEC Plus deal collapses, sparking a price war. Wasn't that Saudi Arabia and Russia? Could this pandemic have something to do with that price war, since the price of crude went so low all of a sudden, and then we didn't need it anymore because Russia and Saudi Arabia was like, oh man, what are we doing? So here we are in a pandemic, so we didn't get no cheap oil. Damn it. When we lose out. Or is it something else? Oh no. The ocean is warming at a rate of 5 atom bombs per second, scientists warn. After analyzing data from the 1950s through 2019, an international team of scientists determined that the average temperature of the world's oceans in 2019 was 0.075 degrees Celsius, 0.135 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the 1981 to 2010 average. Are you serious? That's a big increase if you really think about it. 5 atom bombs per second. A 0.135 degrees Fahrenheit difference from 1981 to 2010 to now. What could have happened? Fukushima, maybe? Alright, one of my favorite parts. Government stuff you never heard of. The Federal Civil Defense Administration. Before I even get into this, I want to talk about the one on the left there, Civil Defense Administration, with the pyramid and a shield in front of it. You do know that shield is for the Pharaoh and the Pharaonic order. They're protecting themselves against the people. Civil defense against us. If you understand, look, the shield is pointing towards us, protecting the pyramid. Is it that obvious? And then the one on the right, the Civil Defense
Everything's
logo
DHS
now. In the pyramid. Well, that CD is Roman numerals for 400. It's a nod to the 400 thread count cotton linens from Egypt. The United States was the new Egypt with its cotton trade, and there was no way that they were going to let Pharaoh down, and they haven't. Let's read what they do. The Federal Civil Defense Administration was organized by President Harry S. Truman on December 1st, 1950 through Executive Order 10186 and became an official government agency via the Federal Civil Defense Act of 1950 on 12th of January 1951. In 1958, the FDCDA was superseded by the Office of Civil and Defense Mobilization when President Dwight D. Eisenhower merged the FDCA with the Office of Defense Mobilization. In its early years, the agency focused on evacuation as a strategy. The FCDA was first headed by Millard Caldwell under Truman, then Val Peterson under Fleet Power. Oh, you know what? That's part of the nuclear stuff, probably when they was teaching kids to hide under their desks in school. Alright, I'm going to try to whiz through a couple of these, but I probably can't because I took a non-sequitor approach. That might not seem like a significant amount of warming, but given the massive volume of the oceans, an increase even that small would require a staggering influx of heat. 228 sextillion joules worth, according to the scientists' study, which published the journal Advances in Atmospheric Sciences on Monday. That's a hard number to contextualize, so one of the scientists behind the study did the math to put it into an explosive frame of reference. By comparing it to the amount of energy released by the atomic bomb the United States military dropped on Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. A years-long severe marine heat wave first began in 2013 and intensified during the summer of 2015 due to a powerful weather phenomenon called El Nino, which lasted through 2016. The heat wave created the blob, a 1,000-mile stretch of ocean that was warmed by 3 to 6 degrees Celsius, 5.4 to 10.8 Fahrenheit. A high-pressure ridge calmed the ocean waters, meaning heat stays in the water without storms to help cool it down. Fukushima. The Terminator, a device for high throughput extraction of plant material. The Terminator is a device for cost-efficient, high-throughput homogenation of plant material and sample preparation. Protein and DNA samples can easily be prepared from large numbers of crude material. Oh yeah, we gotta remember these people with the Trump derangement syndrome. The only thing I want to know from this woman here is, how is it an honest mistake? It just seems hateful and spiteful. I'm not gonna read this. I don't even know why it's on here. I'm glad I'm clearing out some of this space. Okay, we can't forget that both our ally, Saudi Arabia, which has a monopoly on its own little oil thing, and Russia were at war with oil, which was devastating the United States oil production and profit from it. And we were already at a war with it before China threw its 2 cents in with its little bit of bio stuff. So ain't no wonder Trump called it a war. Alright, I have to read this. The Reuters. Crude prices suffered their biggest daily rout since the 1991 Gulf War on Monday, as top producers Saudi Arabia and Russia began a price war that threatens to overwhelm global oil markets with supply. Okay, Monday. The Department of Justice stands ready to make sure that bad actors do not take advantage of emergency response efforts, healthcare providers, or the American people during this crucial time, said Attorney General William Barr. More than 110,000 people have been infected in 105 countries and territories, and 3,800 have died, the vast majority in mainland China, according to a Reuters tally. A slowing in travel caused by the fast-spreading disease was behind an oil price crash on Monday. Is that really what was behind the oil price crash? Or was it Russia and Saudi Arabia? Who should we believe? The New York Post? And I don't believe any of the numbers that they said on that, so why would I believe that this fast-spreading disease was behind an oil price crash on Monday? Let's save the best for last. Scientific exchanges with China broke the law. This was done Wednesday, November 2nd, 2011. Obama administration officials broke the law by holding science and technology exchanges with Beijing, contrary to legislation banning such cooperation, members of Congress and congressional auditors said Wednesday. John Holden, director of the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, defied the legislation. Representative Frank R. Wolf, a Virginia Republican sponsor of the law, told a hearing of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigation. I'm just saying, they all do dirt. And I really don't understand the whole system, but they all supposed to cover for each other as presidents, and that's why Obama and all his guys are offhand, and all the presidents before that are, you ain't allowed to touch them now. But this person right here kind of understands the world a little bit better than I. Biophobia is the real pandemic, not racism, not wokeademic. People who are hiding, either unwittingly or wittingly, a hatred of man, plant, animal, sea, God, entire creation. They want to terraform it to their synthetic, supremacist, transhumanist wokeness, or whatever it ultimately must be. And with that note, I'm going to leave off because that person knows a lot more than I do. Go with hope. Peace. Well, hold up. Nope. I found this gem from Washington Post. Chinese indictments part of broad strategy. This from Obama era. This week's indictments of Chinese military hackers by the Justice Department are part of a broader long game from the administration. The Washington Post's Ellen Nakashima reports the Justice Department's decision to charge Chinese officers was approved at high levels of government and was undertaken, department officials say, because talks had brought little progress. Both efforts, diplomacy and criminal prosecution, are part of a broader, previously undisclosed strategy by the Obama administration to hold China accountable for what officials say is a growing campaign of commercial spying. The approach dates to early 2012. At a White House meeting, the message was sent from the president himself, one senior U.S. official said. So, Russia, 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 but it's China, China, China. Later.